Hey guys, this is David from my Vanguard here with another top 5 video for you guys. The topic will be top 5 decks that have dominated 2013 in tournaments. So, let's get started. I'm just going to go order by releases. So, my number 5 will be Eradicated Dragonic Descendant. This clan is actually one of the bigger clans that have dominated for two sets, set 10, set 11. So it has dominated two sets already by itself. So it's pretty devastating. And of course, Dragonic Descendant is the key card of the deck, but the cards around it always makes it the better deck that it's supposed to be. Eradicators had a new concept of retiring units, just like Kagerou's, but it just did a little better job. Of course, different sort from Kagerou's, but yes, this deck when it first came out, everyone was like, "Oh shit, this thing is the thing," you know. And then everyone started running Eradicators, and all you see in tournaments were Eradicators. Of course, this card itself is already the card that made the deck. It's limited and it's a really nice card. So, yep, that's my top 5. So my number 5 is Eradicators. My number 4 will be Shadow Paladins. Of course, the key card is Raging Form Dragon. Revengers has dominated since set 12 to set 13 before Chaos Breaker came out, which, I mean, a whole set of domination is not too bad, considering like the sets being released like every 2 to 1 month, so it's a good clan, and then Revengers has been consistently topping, so that's why I can say it is still dominating, and it will dominate in the future because of new cards in set 15. So, but this is 2013 release, so that's my number 4. And then going to my number 3 is, of course, ta-da! I don't have Chaos Breaker, but he'll be the substitute. This is star-vaders, of course. Link Jokers has dominated, and I can say it dominates for a whole set as well, but it's because that Chaos Breaker came out and it started dominating. So really nice clan. Of course, a lot of people use Nebula Lord in the tournament, but to be honest, like the result wise, they were only doing top 8 because of Revengers. So they were pushed aside, and then Chaos Breaker comes out, and then they can do a more consistent strategy on locking and retiring and drawing. So of course Chaos Breaker is the card, so gonna kind of put a picture there. But Link Jokers has dominated for set 13, a whole set also, so this is definitely a good card to this is a good clan to play. So hope you guys like my top 3. So top 30 so far. And then going on, it's gonna be the extra booster release. Of course, it's Kagerou's. I'm using this as also a substitute, but I'll put a picture there so you guys can see. Kagerou's, ever since Extra Booster 9 came out, they have been dominating the tournaments from the set that they came out from Extra Booster 9 to, of course, until the current right now. So the card that really helped them top is, of course, Dauntless does a certain part, because some people actually tech Dauntless Drive Dragon in the Nouvelle. But Nouvelle is actually the key card in this deck that helps the deck top. And of course, Kagerou's have been topping ever since set 1. So Kagerou's has been and will be the best clan, to be honest. And they get the most support and the best cards out. So Kagerou's are, no offense, but the best clan that gets the best support and will be the best deck, even though I like Shadow Paladins myself. So that's my number 4. If you don't know what Nouvelle does, he's a Silent Tom, and he negates triggers when he attacks, so he's pretty good. And then going to my number 5 is, of course, this is another substitute, but Genesis is my number 5 in the list, cause Genesis with Minerva coming out, they dominated set 14. So when after Minerva came out, it's been dominating. It's been dominating tournaments and tournaments. So Minerva, result wise, it has been doing pretty good. Of course, some people actually use Himiko and then some people use Angelica. So it really depends on the build. So, but yeah, I'll put a picture for you guys so you guys can see. But Minerva is also a restanding Vanguard, so it's really nice. So when you see, from what you see in the top 5 list, that you recognize that four of the clans that have a restanding Vanguard except for Link Jokers. So I could say that for decks that do top are usually cards that have restanding abilities. So when you make your choice of decks, make sure you look at the effects and the cards that do restanding abilities. And it is nice to have extra crits. And speaking of crits, I'm gonna make a few honorable mention decks. Honorable mention number 1, Gold Paladins. I only say Gold Paladins because of this card. This card is actually the key card that helps a lot of decks top, even in the English format. But when set 10, well, when the trial decks came out, it did dominate like maybe a month or so. But Gold Paladins with Gancelot Break Ride with the Platinum Azel was actually another good deck that have been dominating the tournament. So they would break right into Platinum Azel and then use the ultimate break and then give more power and more power and more power and then just push. So he is actually the key card that makes every Gold Paladin deck good. So he is actually one of my honorable mention number 1. Honorable mention number 2 will be Dimensional Robo Dai Kaiser. He is a really trolly card, like trolly as in good trolly. So he's really nice. What he does, when he's at limit break, Candle Blast 1, give a 10 to the Vanguard that wrote it and an extra crit. When he drive checks a grade 3, you can retire a card in the Guardian Circle. So opponent perfect guards and then I drive check a grade 3. That just blows up everything and then just gives a crit in the face. But this card has actually made some weird text to people that have been playing. Like you can see like a little off balance stuff going on with this with this card itself. Like the 15 or 16 grade 3 deck, or just Dimensional Police has been doing really good with this card, so he deserves to be my honorable mention number 2. And then you guys are just waiting for my last honorable mention because I left the space there. And my last honorable mention, of course, as you all have expected in 2013, is going to be Spike Brothers Bad Aim Dregger. This card is just the card that... Well, he is the key card in Spike Brothers, but Spike Brothers has been doing really good with this card in Japanese tournaments. And for one or two sets, but they have been showing up in tournaments like once or twice. But this card is actually the key card basically in Spikes that helps finish the opponent faster and stronger. So. And he definitely deserves to be in this spot. Of course, he deserves to be... All these cards, I think, have possibilities of going in my top 5. But these clans I have mentioned to you guys are just the clans that are more devastating or has been dominating tournaments in 2013. It's kind of hard to see there, but you know what they are, right? But further ado, that is my top 5 of my honorable mentions. So make sure when you guys choose your clans, well, of course, it is good if you're not playing competitive, you want to choose the clan that you want. But if for those of you guys that like to play competitive, considering restanding Vanguard as a good choice of playing playing in a competitive level in tournaments. So for those of you guys that are watching, hope you guys like my video. Just comment, rate, subscribe, and down below. And make sure you comment on your favorite clan that has been topping in tournaments and your thoughts on decks that have not been on the list. But hope you guys like it, and of course this is just my preferences from what I've seen in tournament reports and so forth. So hope you guys like it. And like always, image the victory, and I am Vanguard. Ciao. Yeah.